So, servus again. Next video. As always, I'm using this method here for all my tracking. It's a fractal tracking. For deeper explanations, just watch the last weekly video or the first two ones. I explain it in more detail there. Just saying, this video maybe will be a little bit longer than the rest. Just because I overlooked all my tracking on all the stocks and changed, I think, 3 or 4 the tracking. It isn't changing the bullish or bearish variant, but on some it will look different. Let's begin with SPY. I also overworked this, so we begin with the absolute overview. Just this time for the complete overview. So this is the weekly, and this is from IPO till today. And for the big tracking, this whole thing here is our higher low. This whole thing till 2020 is our A. And right now, or not, we did B from 2020, the big macro B till April 2025. And right now we would be in big C. And I also said wherever C is ending can be 700, 800, 900, who knows. This will be the first time where SPY is reaching a C. And after that, you will most likely go to your BYND, which is at 200. And this will look something like this. I think this will take years. 1 to 5. And after that, of course, higher low, and then years to the upside, breaking the all-time highs, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then we go on the daily and look at our last 2 years. So, in 2022, this was our V for this fractal. Till October 23 was your higher low. Then this whole thing till April 2024 was your A. Then till August 24 was your B. And in February 2025, you got your middle C. Then you dropped V on the A and start from the beginning again, where you had your V on the A. Till April 25 was your higher low. Then till June 25 was your A. And right now, we did our B peak on October the 10th, 2025, and the pullback of B. And right now, we would be on the way to our middle C, which would be also our big C. So, in my opinion, one last one before you crash, you could say. Okay, let's look what we have done today on the 30-minute. And I hate myself when people are saying, haha, right, I was right, edgy badge. But the thing is, it was just perfect, you know? Okay. For the small tracking, you had here your big drop on Friday. This whole thing was your higher low. From last Friday, was it last Friday? Yeah. From last Friday to yesterday, Wednesday, was your A. With the perfect A pullback, the middle A. With the perfect A pullback. And right now, we would be on the way to our big B, which middle B, which I would expect, and our little C, which I would expect should be around. I would imagine we reject this trend line at 681-ish. Then you do just the pullback. This would be, if we're touching this trend line, this would be pullback to, I would imagine, retesting the all-time highs, and then you go to your C. Okay, what did we have done today? So yesterday we got this nice pullback again, absolutely quick. I think, yeah, in after hours and pre-market we did our little higher low, and today during market hours we did our little a at 670, in my opinion, already missed the pullback, which, let's look in the 5-minute. Let's look if this is helping. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Perfect with the 0.5 pullback. And then we run to our B peak. So three possibilities right now. First one, the absolute bullish one. This pullback is finished. This little B pullback. It could work. We were close. And tomorrow, I think we get inflation data. Yeah, inflation. Yeah, inflation. So this news they could use for explanation for the run. And again, the news doesn't move the stock, but they need something to say, yeah, we pumped the market or knifed the market because of blah, blah, blah. So if this was your pullback, you just go up tomorrow. I would even say you get a gap up tomorrow and you just run. Second bullish version would be this wasn't enough. And yeah, and you're taking your 0.5 from the higher low to your B. And you still have come down to 669. And then bounce. I mean, this could already happen in pre-market because the data is coming out 1 hour before market open. If we would see something, I would imagine you see the gap down in pre-market, and when market open, you just run. Or the normal thing. This is so close. If with this 0.5, this should be enough. So going to the 0.5 and run, or run for the absolute alternative, which I don't think, but always have it. This was your all-time high here, and since then we didn't broke it yet. So if we, in my opinion, if you break this level 673, you have absolutely confirmation to the upside. Perfect, everything is okay. If you see a massive pullback, I mean, how much would it be? Yeah, possible. If you come under 666, under the higher low, I would say we're getting into the danger that this here was already our big C. And our next target is at least 600. If we bounce here, we could still see one last bull run. But if we're not holding this, then we're already doing this thing. Then this was just your C. And bye-bye. But as I said, I'm not really thinking about that right now. I would say tomorrow is bullish. And just for future, I would imagine if tomorrow is bullish, okay, let's say, how much percentage is this? 1 point, that's doable. If we're getting a pump tomorrow, somewhere in this range, somewhere in here, 677, 681-ish, or a little bit higher. It doesn't matter if it's breaking the trend line. Maybe I would even go into puts on market close, because some in here is your middle B peak. And as I showed before, the after that comes again the same like here, the B pullback. Yeah. So if you see this tomorrow, be careful with calls for next week. No financial advice. And it would even make sense because I think tariffs on China is starting on November 1st or November 3, something like that. Trump is talking on the 31st with China. So I would imagine if you pump tomorrow up, over the weekend you get some bullshit news, whatever. And maybe you still get a little push on Monday too. But I think the rest of the week you will just do this. Or go sideways like this. And on Thursday you dive and get to this target. Or if it's a bit higher, this will be also a bit higher. On Friday, Trump and China are saying, hey, we are friends again, no tariffs, blah, 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 blah. And then you get a bounce and you will break this C at this line and make your C, whatever. So, yeah, will be interesting what we're doing tomorrow. Okay, so let's look at BYND just for a little overview. It looks good, but still, I would say 80% risk play, not 100 like SAVA, but 80. It's still very risky. You're coming from a C, lower high M. Last time to sell, fall under your BLNK. We already did our A peak. It was higher than T, but still in range. And in my opinion, the pullback could be already finished. So let's look at this. So this was our A peak. And if you look at this for the bullish version, this was your lower high, your little lower high. Do we have even lower? No, this was your lower high. This was your M. This was your T. This was your V. And right now, you would already be in the high low. And next thing, if you take from the high low to the A peak, our 0.5, we are in it. We little bit dropped under it, but we are still holding this shit. So yeah, I know. What is the next? Yeah, we absolutely dropped. Shares falling. meme force of the fueled rally, blah blah. Retail is losing, yeah. So why was this news not coming here? Why always is this news coming out when it looks like, or most of the time it really is, when the bottom is in? Sell now, it's over. Okay, so for the bullish version, a peak is done, a pullback is done, and the next stupid thing is just going to be, which is at $33. And I could imagine if with the A run that we see something similar with the B run. Just 6, 7, 14 days of massive upside. So yeah. For confirmation, I would say for confirmation anything over 33, 37, 374 would be a bull run. And the same thing, anything under 212 would be a B line, and this was really just a pump and dump. But we will see. Right now, it just looks good. Okay, Neo. I don't think I changed anything on Neo. No, I didn't change anything on Neo. So just for the overlook, we started the stock on IPO with our M. For the bullish version, just saying I think our C was lower because higher high. So something like that. And of course, here's your A, B, and V and A. Okay, so this whole thing would be A. This whole thing would be a big B because it wasn't doing a V and A. It was higher, and only B is doing that. And we are right now going to the big C. We did already ABC for down with our V, and the higher low is already finished. And for Neo, I'm pretty convinced right already. We did a peak and little C peak. And right now, I really think we have to go to V and A. Just you have this trend line. This trend line goes back to 2021. So you will retest this trend line, and it would be also the perfect V and A. And for me, there are quite only a few, two possibilities. You come up again, and your M isn't in yet, but you won't break the 779, and this would be your M. Then fall back, then you're doing your T, and then you do your V and A. Would be a head and shoulders pattern, something like this. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, which could already be in. And this pattern is just this from 2020. For the alternative, if the pullback is finished, which no, but if it's finished, if you break over $8, you go to B. Then B pullback, and then C. In my opinion, if you break under 619, that would be absolute confirmation that you will go to your V and A around $4. Okay. So plug, did I change anything on plug? No, I didn't. Okay. For the overview, come from C, V, and right now you would be in your higher low just because you did a lower low here. And for A and B, that isn't possible. And for higher low and A, it's also not possible. So this whole thing is your higher low. And right now you would go be in your big A. So what did we do in the last days? I still think we have to do our A. So for the bullish version, do we have any confirmation today? Downside. Bounce. Bounce. Isn't telling you anything, as always. Indicators. They can be good and absolutely bad at the same time. So, okay. For the bullish version, we still look for A. The fib without lock is in. And you bounce here. Confirmation is breaking over 472. And you will find, you see, somewhere over this trend line. Then make a pullback, breakout retest, and go to your B, which is at $31. For the still bullish version, this fib line without lock is wrong, and you still need your fib with lock, and you bounce here and do the same. For the bearish version, I would say that this was your higher low, this was your A, this was your B, and this was your C. And at the same time, this was your A. And that would mean your middle A. And that would mean it wouldn't be that bearish. What the fuck? It really wouldn't be. Okay. No, perfect. Okay. So for the third bullish version, okay, then I have to change the no line. Okay, then this is our no line. And this is just our third A pullback line. Okay, perfect. So we have 3. Yay. But no, it's the same. Yeah. No, wait 1 second. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, okay. Only 2. You bounce here, go. You bounce here, go. And you fall under this. And if you fall under this line, this BYND and this higher low is wrong. And you still have to look for your BYND and your higher low. I mean, that wouldn't matter anymore because then it would be really low. But in my opinion, yeah, I would say that let's draw this something in this range here. This range would be a new V&A and higher low, but after that nothing is changing. Your A is still the same at 5, and B would be 31. So if we are doing that, perfect entry. But this will take time then. So let's see. So next view is and I think I changed. Yeah. Did I? Yeah. here I changed some things. So, what did I? Yeah, well, yeah. Because in my previous tracking, I had to see here. I don't really know anymore why. Because I just, I really don't know why. So for your ultimate high, this is your C. Here's your lower high, or this would be your lower high. This is clearly your M. And this is your T. And we would already have done the V, the big BLNK. So it would change price targets a little bit because obviously this would be then your M. Yeah. No. Forget it. Won't happen. In my opinion, this tracking is showing you perfectly this company will go bankrupt or delist or be bought or something. At least this ticker will disappear after it's finished because you won't come up here. It won't happen. So for our small tracking, it isn't really changing anything because, okay, this was still your T, but we are still tracking the third small fractal, which is coming right now. And in my opinion, you won't, I mean, this is already fucking high, $800. In my opinion, whatever you're doing, your A, your B, and you will do a lower peak here again and die. So what did we do? So the T is still the same. In my opinion, there's after the change, I think there's a good chance that we already A peaked this time, not over it, but under it. But I will show both. Just saying. Okay, so for the bearish version, this whole thing would be a high low. So from your V to this V is high low. We would already done our A peak. And now we look on lower time frames. That would mean this is your A, which is also working with the higher low ABC. This was your B, and this was your little C and your A peak. And right now, you would have two places where you can bounce. You already did your lower high. You already did your little lower high. You already did your little M. And right now, in my opinion, already did your little T peak. So what would come next is you fall and first you bounce on the 0.5 and go up, or you do your V and the A high low and then you start, which is at 617. That's, I mean, it's nearly $1 difference. What I don't want to see is, yeah, a break of $5 to the downside. For the bullish version, where we're still looking for our A peak and middle A peak and little C peak, that would mean that this was our B. This would have been our A peak. The LM and T wouldn't exist. But then you still have to go to your 0.5 fib. No, you didn't. No. Oh yeah, still do. Yeah. You would still come down to your 0.5 FIB bounce and then go to your A. Most likely, wherever it is, you bounce, make a breakout retest, and your next target is 165. Yeah. We have confirmation on this. Let's look. So, daily. Yeah, still a little bit downside. That would be the FIB. 4 hour. 4 hour looks already bouncy. 1 hour is undecided. Okay. So not really anything. For price action, how this could look like. You only have to look here. You come from your T, you make a hump. You came up nearly to this point and you went down. This would be the same like in 2019. You come from your T, you make your hump, and I said we could be here. This is a double top, which we don't. Yeah. No. Two possibilities. We are here in this downtrend right now, and still looking for a. Okay, this would be the bullish version. The bearish version, we have to go to where we have to go to our VNA would be we already here. We already did your A peak, and we would be in this candle here. So the next thing would be this, which would be this move here. I would say it would be a move to $55 ish, something like that. Then you pull back, that would be this pullback. And then over months, you're doing sideways till you get your B peak and so on. But looks still perfect. The only thing we have to find, which one are we doing right now? But above and beyond didn't change anything. I still think we are absolutely bearish. 2 ways for the bullish version. This was a T, and we did already a peak, and we are just doing nothing right now. But for the bullish version, you go up, you break 1257, which would be confirmation that you will go to your B peak at 36, pull back to 2022, and then you go to your C. What I'm still leaning to is your bearish version, where this was your T. And the next time you break 783, you will knife. And this would be wrong, and you would look for a new low. Because you're coming from your M, come up, M or W pattern, right side is higher. Same like in 2020, you came from your M, come up, M or W pattern, which would be a T, and you knife. And as I'm always showing, I think we are still in this candle. It's taking longer, but still think that we are here because we bounced here with 12%. And the bounce right now from here to here is 14%. It's nearly 1-to-1. So let's see. Did we get any confirmation? So on the daily, not there yet, but could be bouncy. 4 hour already nearly in the area of oversold. On the 1 hour, we are already going into reversal to the downside. Let's see. Just be careful. Grab, I think I didn't change anything. No. For grab, we did our first fractal. This whole thing would be a higher low. This whole thing would be your A with the A peak. After the pullback, your B peak is around 9 to 11, and your C is if you're breaking all-time highs or not. The A peak is also your middle B peak and also your little C peak. Normally I do a V and a A after C, but the B is stronger, so you only have to do the 0.5. So for the bullish tracking, 2 ways, you bounce here and you go. Confirmation 665. For the second bullish version, you will still come down to your 0.5, which is at $5-ish. You bounce here and then you do the same. What I don't want to see, and I don't have an order yet, is breaking under 473, and which case this play is 430, breaking under it. Still looking good, it's just doing nothing. Okay, Blink. Did I change anything on Blink? I don't think so. No. Okay. We come from our C. First we are doing the second fractal, which is a lower peak already. We already did our V and A, high low. Then we go on the daily. We, in this stock, I'm quite confident we're still looking really for our A peak. The middle, the big one. We already did our big high low. This would be the same, our little A with the pullback finished, and we already did our little B peak. And for the bullish version, we already in the bounce because we are in the 0.5 without lock. Next thing is going to your A. Confirmation is 283 and A should be around 540. Then pullback and then you go to B. For the second bullish alternative, you still have to come down to your 0.5 MIF log line and then you do the same. What I don't want to see is breaking under 147. And what is killing the play is $1. Do we have anything? Yeah. I think we will go to this line. I see that more and more that most of the time I think the 0.5 MIF log is working better than the one without log. The 4 hour is looking for upside, and the 1 hour, the 1 hour is already reversing. Let's see. We have still 2 lines. But overall, it looks good and fantastic. AI, I didn't change anything. No. We already did our first big fractal, and we already finished our second one with a perfect B and A. And for the bull, it's doing nothing right now. All these fractals I have are waiting on something. It will be interesting what it is. So, for the bullish version, this was a T, which is your A peak target at $30. You did your V and A. For the big tracking, this would be your higher low and then A. For the small tracking, your little higher low is here. This would be your A peak, your little A peak. Now the tricky part, we are close to the 0.5. This is already the fib with log, but we didn't touch it. So, okay, for the bullish version, you go up to your little B peak, pull back and go to A. Confirmation would be 2022. For the alternative, you would still have to come down, touch it, or go a little bit under it, and then you go to your B. What I don't want to see is breaking under 16, and if you break 15, 19, the bearish alt comes into play, which would mean this here was your T, which is then also your new A. And you will come down, look for a new V under A, high, low, and then go. This adds a new low, of course, but also time. But if we are doing this, if we see the bounce here and the high low, no financial advice, again, would be the perfect buy-in for the next round to AB. And we would be, for comparison, where we would be, it would be something like this. No, your T wouldn't even change. Yeah, I already said that last time, I think your T would still be the same. Like here. This would be your T. You come down. You think this is your V under A. You think this was your V under A. You have here higher low and here lower low. Higher low, lower low. You come up. You come up. Pull back. Pull back. Come up. Come up. This would be your A. Fall down again. Fall down again. Come up again. Do a lower high. And man, if I look at this, I would be fucking bearish. Okay, let's see. We would be here, in my opinion. Yeah, here. And we would still need to look for a new VLA. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, but this comparison looks fucking great right now. Sadly. Do we have confirm? Yeah. Okay, daily looks bearish. 4 hour looks bouncy. 1 hour looks bearish. Okay. So for this, I would say 60% bearish, 40% bullish. Just wait for the move, in my opinion. As you should always do, waiting for confirmation. Okay. SAVA. Our stupid squeeze clock. So. For explanation, V high low, A, B, C, T, V under A. For the bullish version, we are looking at this here. And we would be in here. So, today was Thursday. Okay. Tomorrow is Friday. So, and we did had a little bounce today. So, you have tomorrow pre-market a good chance that you do the gap fair. And then A and whatever. If you're not doing that, you have two ways. So, if you see tomorrow a strong move, let's say, what would it be? You see a 50% strong move tomorrow. I would get worried. If you see something like this tomorrow, that would mean, for me, the bearish alt has a very high chance. Because that would mean we would be here. A little bit over the gap, rejecting, making new lows. And then the next month you're doing this boring uptrend. And most likely till, I would say, March, you get the gap fill. So I really don't want to see a strong move tomorrow. Just saying, I don't want to see it. The thing which I would like to see would be a 15% drop, for example, because that would be our 0.5 and a bounce here. This would be great if we see that tomorrow. Or if we just do nothing, is also okay. But please, no strong move. Okay. So, it's a 100% risk play. I can't even say wait for the confirmation line at 5, because if we breaking this line, it would be, for me, a bearish confirmation. So, yeah. If we're doing more than nothing, or going down to the 0.5, I would be very bullish that we get the gap fill in after hours or Monday pre-market. If we are doing a strong 20, 30, 50% up move tomorrow during market hours, I would really lean more to bearish, and I would expect a massive knife and gap down in after hours and Monday. If we are doing nothing during the day and nothing in after hours and nothing in Monday, I would say we will need the whole next week to slow grind to this 0.5. And our next chance is next week, Friday, and so on. But right now, it still looks good. Why? Just because if you look at this here, you see that here starts the gap and we are still under it. And here, if we would do this, we would be over this gap, which we aren't yet. And even if this is lower, we should massive downside. And I know we went down, but it's still not a massive downside. So it still looks good. Do we have a bet? We don't. A daily is looking for the 0.5. 4 hour is already in the reversal. 1 hour is in the middle. Okay, so it's saying nothing again. Yeah. So careful, it's a 100% risk play. Miss it or risk it, or risk it and lose it. It's a stupid stock, but it can be worth. Okay. OCGN. I completely changed in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. So from the start on, because for OCGN, I had this place here for A. And I really sit down and overwork the whole tracking, and it more and more I looked at it wasn't working. It isn't changing our targets. Maybe just a movement. Okay, so we're coming from our C to our midpoint. Here is our lower high. It's this or this. I would imagine it's this. That would mean this 170 is your B peak. Then you come down to your T. That's also important because we already did our A peak, our big one. V, perfect. So now we go in the small tracking where V, high, low, ABC, which is our A peak already. Then lower high, MT, A pullback, and V on the A. A pullback is finished. And right now, we would already be in the run to our B peak. For the small tracking, we finished our higher low. And what we are tracking right now, we did our little V. Our little higher low is already in. Our little A peak is already in. With A pullback already finished. And we would already have done our B peak. And right now, we would be in our B pullback. And after the B pullback, we would go to our A peak, with middle A peak, which, I mean, okay, here's the line, but I would more imagine we do the, no, this is not even a line, is it? Yeah, well, it is a line. No, it's a big line, yeah. I would say the A is around here. Do we have some liquidity zones? Yeah, perfect here. $8 around where you make your A peak, breakout retest, do your middle B, 0.5 pullback, and then this would be your B peak. So is the little B pullback already finished? So we hit the fib line without lock perfectly and bounced. If this bounce is holding and you go over 190, it's bullish and you go to your A. If this isn't holding, you still have to come down to your 0.5 MIF lock around 129, then the same. What I don't want to see is breaking under 117. Then something is wrong. Do we have confirmation? Yeah. Daily is downside. So I think we really have to go to the 0.5 MIF lock again. 4 hour is, yeah, okay, no. 4 hour is absolutely bouncing, and 1 hour is, I think I will stop with the indicators again. It's just stupid. But overall, everything over 188, perfect. A bounce around 129, perfect buy. No financial advice. But this thing looks great. GNS, I think, did nothing today. So you come from your C, we already did your our A, and the A pullback, and your B would be 83. And okay, do I have to say that again? Bullish version, we already did our V&A. And already in the breakout, everything over 129. Bullish, perfect upside. If not, the alternative would be the green one is wrong. Your red one is right, which I think, and you still have to go to your V&A, which is at 60 cents. Then you go. What I don't want to break is 34. Daily is bouncy. 4 hour is also bouncy. 1 hour is bearish. Let's look. Let's work what this stock is doing. FFAI, nothing changed. Nothing changed. We are holding the higher low. Still perfect. I added this trend line here because if we go over this would be already bullish. For upside, everything over 168 is bullish. And again, in my opinion, we won't do this. We will just do this. If you want a clearer explanation, look up the video from yesterday, but this video is already 55 minutes long. Everything over 128 is bearish, and we will look for a new V&A, but this V&A has to be over $1. Do we have confirmation? Daily looks kind of bullish. 4 hour looks, yeah, kind of bullish. 1 hour looks bearish. Okay, so it is telling us nothing. Okay, last thing, bull. Also, if you want more information, look up the video from yesterday. Just because it didn't really change something today. Higher low is holding. I also added here this trend line. We rejected it, but right now. But it still looks, just go over this trend line, please. Go over it. Break the bull line at 12.83. And we are ready to go to our B at 33. Looks bullish as long as we're holding the higher. Daily looks absolutely great. 4 hour looks absolutely great. Yeah, okay. Who cares about the 1 hour? Okay. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to see more, leave an abo. And okay. Thank you for watching, really. See you next time.